Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trevette.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. Mobilized. The Olympic Games. Ouch. Banned books. Which time zone? And state governors. A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player 1, make a selection. Vancouver, British Columbia. Yes, Player 1? Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, Player 3? Correct. Player 3, where do we start? Omaha, Nebraska. Okay, Player 1? Yes, on the plus side again. Player 1, you start. Santa Fe, New Mexico. Yes, Player 1? That is correct. Player 1, choose again. Reno, Nevada. Player 1? That's it. Player 1, pick again. Akron, Ohio. Player 1? That is correct. Player 1, pick again. The rheumatoid type of this is 3 times as common in women as in men. Player 1? Yeah, good. Player 1, back to you. When these are less than 5 minutes apart and last about a minute, you're in labor, and the fun is just beginning. Yes, Player 1? Good for you. You get to pick again, Player 1. Here's Kelly to start us off.
Look out! A symbol depicting waves, a skull and crossbones, and a person fleeing warn that a device is a source of this.
Let's hear it, Player 1. Yes. You again, Player 1. Answer. It's the Daily Double. You are in the lead right now. Player 1, give us a wager. The clue. Per the Major League Baseball injury report, Randy Johnson missed his last regular season start of 2006 due to back these. Congratulations, you're still in first, Player 1. Select again. An amputee may suffer real pain from this ghostly type of limb. Let's hear it, Player 1. Good. Player 1, back to you. You might have to get as high as 20 feet off the ground to win a medal in this field event. Let's hear it, Player 1. You are correct. Please pick again. In the Olympic 400-meter relay final, this many runners compete together as a team. Okay, Player 1. That is correct. Player 1, you next to the marathon, it's the longest running event in the Summer Olympics. Yes, Player 1. Yes. Player 1, Norway's Andreas Thorkildsen won a 2008 gold medal by throwing this 90.57 meters. Okay, player 1. No, that's not right. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? We're talking about the javelin. Player 1. Let's go over to Sarah.
Led by Angel de Maria, this South American powerhouse won its second consecutive gold in men's soccer at the 2008 Games.
Here's the correct response. Argentina. Player 1, back to you for our next selection. This large tube-shaped pasta is often stuffed with cheese and baked with a tomato sauce. Okay, player 1. That's it. Player 1, someone who moves from relationship to relationship is a serial one. Player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else? Here's the response we were looking for. A monogamist. Player 1, back to you. It can be a powerful person in entertainment or a member of a Muslim dynasty that once ruled India. It's player 1. Yes. Player 1. Fly agaric is one of these spore-producing fungi of the Basidiomycetes class. Yes, player 1. Right. Player 1. Choose a mechanical device used to indicate musical tempo. Yes, player 1. That's it. Please pick again, player 1. This story was banned in California because the heroine was bringing wine as well as food to her grandma. It's player 1. Correct. Select again. In 1929, Italy banned his Call of the Wild, and Yugoslavia banned all of his books as being too radical. Yes, player 2. Correct. Player 2, you're in command of the board as we continue, right? Elected in 2003, this governor made his totally fantastic film debut in 1970's Hercules Goes Bananas. Let's hear it, player 1. That is correct. Okay, let's get back into this. This patriot, known for his bold signature, died in 1793 while serving his 9th term as governor of Massachusetts. Let's hear it, player 1. Good for you. Please pick a... By law, this ex-Texas governor can never be elected U.S. president again. Okay, player 1. Yeah, good. You get to pick again, player 1. He was elected governor of Arkansas at age 32. Here's what we wanted. Bill Clinton. Player 1, back to you for Hamilton Fish, Enos T. Throop, and George Pataki have served as governors of this state. Player 3?
Yeah!
Player 3, you start us off. Predictably, in 1967, Lysistrata by Aristophanes was banned in this country then controlled by a military junta. Player 1? No. Anyone else? Okay, player 2. You got it. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 2, you make the next selection as we go. England indicted this supporter of the Revolutionary War for his rights of man. His publisher was prosecuted. Here's the correct response. Thomas Paine. And now the $1,000 clue. Viola's cross-dressing in this Shakespeare play ran afoul of a New Hampshire prohibition of Alternative Lifestyle Act. Here's what we wanted. 12th Night. Player 2, you're going first in Double Jeopardy, and we'll start that round right after this break. Categories for the Double Jeopardy round are Tough Tunes, Libraries, Literature, Brit Speak, He Was President When, and Insect Invasion. Player 2, you're in last place. Let's see if you can close that. Nigel likes his eggs with rashers, also known as this. Yes, player 1? Nope. Anyone else? Let's hear it, player 3. Good. Player 3, you're in command of the board as we continue, right? Responsible for millions of cases of malaria each year, the Anopheles variety of this insect is one deadly bug. Player 2. Right you are. All right, let's get back into this. Player 2 has control. About 300,000 people in Africa suffer from sleeping sickness, spread by the tsetse variety of this insect. Player 2. Yes. Player 2. Pick again. There are 20,000 known species of these insects, including social, parasitic, and killer types. Yes, player 1? Correct. Player 1, start a puny nickname for various insects of the family Sciaridae. Here's the correct response. The gnat. Player 1, back to of the 1 million species of insects, more than 300,000 are of this type, including the ladybug. Let's hear it, player 2. That's correct. Player 2, start us. E.T. the Extraterrestrial was released, grossing more than $300 million that year. Yes, player 1? Right. Player 1, here's Kelly to start us off.
He was president in 1906 when he proclaimed Devil's Tower in Wyoming the first national monument.
It's player 2. No, sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Let's hear it, player 3. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Let's hear it, player 1. Right you are. Player 1. The Telstar communications satellite relayed the first live TV pictures from the United States to Europe. Player 2. That is correct. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 2, you make the next selection as we can. The U.S. merchant ship Mayaguez was seized by Cambodian forces. U.S. forces rescued the crew of 39. Okay, player 3. That is correct. Player 3, you're in command of the board as we continue, right? The Alien and Sedition Acts were adopted by Congress. Player 3? Nope. Sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes, player 1? Correct. All right, let's get back into this. It's the British word for a merry-go-round or a traffic circle. It's player 1. Yeah! Player 1. An all-male school wouldn't have an alumni reunion, but a gathering of these, part of the network of them. Yes, player 1? That's not it. Anyone else? Player 3? That is correct. All right, let's get back into this. Player 3 has control. This country's national library, the Biblioteca Nacional José Martí, was financed by a tax on sugar. Let's hear it, player 1. No, that's not right. Anyone else? Yes, player 2. That's it. A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player 2. Make us the Hector Hodler Library in Rotterdam, which is devoted to this artificial language, has over 15,000 books. We're talking about Esperanto. We return to you, player 2. When his presidential library was dedicated in 1991, 4 former presidents were in attendance. Here's what we were looking for: Ronald Reagan. Please pick again. player 2. The godfather of soul, James Brown, can't dance because of these in his pants. Player 1. Yes. Player 1, you start. Vanessa Williams sang, "Just when I thought our chance had passed, you go and do this." It's player 1. That's correct. Select again. Answer, one of the daily doubles. You are in first place. Player 1, give us a wager. Answer this. In a Michael Martin Murphey song, this title horse busted down its stall. In a blizzard he was lost. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. Select again. Neil Diamond sang that a woman from this state shines with her own kind of light. Okay, player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's what we were looking for. Kentucky. Select again. In a Led Zeppelin tune, Robert Plant was packing his bags for these title mountains, familiar to Tolkien fans. Player 1. No, that's not right. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the correct response. The Misty Mountains. You get to pick again, player 1. This Shakespeare library, named for this Standard Oil man, is run by Amherst College. Okay, player 2. Nope. Sorry. Any other takers? Here's the correct response. Henry Folger. Please pick again, player 1. Answer, the second daily double. And you're in the lead now. How much are you going to wager, player 1? Answer this. The Radcliffe Camera, Britain's first round library, is the main reading room of this bigger library at Oxford. That puts you even further ahead. You get to pick again, player 1. Published in Spain in 1605, this classic of world literature was an instant hit. Yes, player 1? Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Let's hear it, player 3. Right you are. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 3, you make the next selection as we... Of 50, 200, or 500, the one closest to the number of characters in War and Peace. Player 3? No. Sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? It's player 2. Hey, you're right. Player 2, where do we start? This title Sir Walter Scott character is torn between Rebecca and the Saxon Rowena. The correct response is Ivanhoe. You get to pick again, player 2. It can mean having a healthy rosy color or be a British intensifier like bloody. Yes, player 1? You got it. Player 1, where do we start? Perspex is a British name for this trademarked acrylic plastic. The correct response is lucite. You get to pick again, player 1. In his The Trial, bank official Joseph Kay is on the defensive as the accused. It's player 3. Hey, you're right. Now let's take a look at that $2,000 clue, shall we? In a Thomas Hardy novel, Michael Henchard is the mayor of this title place. Yes, player 1? Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else? Okay, player 2. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? It's player 3. Yep. Looks like you'll all be moving on to Final Jeopardy after this break. Here comes the Final Jeopardy, players. The category is this: notable women. What are you going to wager? Now it's time for the Final Jeopardy clue, and here it is. In 1963, she said, "I feel as though I'm suddenly on stage for a part I never rehearsed." Let's see your response. And this correct response will add how much to your score? Let's see your response. And that will lose you. And your response? Sorry, that incorrect response will drop your score by... Congratulations, player 1. You are our new champion. We'll see you next time.
This is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trevet.
The first round of play today has these categories for you. It happened on Halloween. Finish the proverb. Science grab bag. Literature. Completes the Star Trek title. and the largest in area. Player 1, you start. 1926. There's no escape for this magician who dies following a rupture of his appendix. Yes, Player 1? Correct. You get to pick again. 1846. Heavy snowfall traps this carnivorous party in the Sierra Nevada mountains. Okay, Player 1? Right. Player 1, 1956. The Brits and the French invade Egypt in response to the nationalization of this. It's Player 1. Sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the correct response. The Suez Canal. Player 1, choose again. Answer, the Daily Double. Here's a chance to break the tie. What'll it be? And the Daily Double clue. 1961. This man's body is removed from Lenin's tomb. That puts you even further ahead. We return to you, 1998. This Mideast nation announces it will no longer cooperate with UN weapons inspectors. Okay, Player 1. You got it. Player 1, you pick again, please. These cells from human embryos can grow into any type of tissue and may someday cure diabetes and Alzheimer's. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's it. Player 1, you pick too many cooks. It's Player 1. Correct. Player 1, choose. You can't judge a book. Yes, Player 1? That is correct. Player 1, nothing ventured? Okay, Player 1? Yeah! Good. Please pick again, Player 1. He who laughs last. It's Player 1. That is correct. You get to pick again. Man cannot live. Yes, Player 1? That's correct. Player 1, you pick again, please. In Chapter 52 of this novel, a boisterous crowd is gathering for Fagin's execution. Let's hear it, Player 1. That is correct. You get to pick again, Player 1, where no man has done this. Player 1? Yes. We return to you, Player 1. The trouble with these creatures. It's Player 1. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Yes, Player 2. No. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? It's Player 3. Right. Player 3, where do we start? Muds these. Okay, Player 1. That's not it. Any other takers? Here's what we were looking for. Women. You get to pick again, player 3. The city on the edge of this. Yes, player 1? That's not it. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Player 3? Hey, you're right. Player 3, back to you for our next selection. The Corbomite this. Player 1? Yeah, good. Player 1, you're in command of the board as we continue. Mexico, United States, Canada. Okay, player 1. No. Sorry. Any other takers? Yes, player 3? Good. A lot of clues, a lot of categories, player 3. Make us a Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. Okay, player 1. Right. Player 1, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Yemen. Player 3? No. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Let's hear it, player 2. Nope. Sorry. Any other takers? Okay, player 1. No, that's not right. The correct response is Saudi Arabia. Player 1, you Spain, Germany, France. We're talking about France. You get to pick Libya, Egypt, Tunisia. Yes, player 3? Correct. Player 3, you start. Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus are called this type of planet after a Roman god. It's player 1. No, that's not right. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? We're talking about Jovian. Player 3, back to you. A material called URHGE can be manipulated into being a resistance-free super this. It's player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's what we wanted. A conductor. Select again. We're not faking. Alphabetically, it's last among the elements on the periodic table. Here's what we were looking for. Zirconium. You again, player 3. Let's go over to Kelly.
The two main kinds of lens are diverging and this type. that bends rays of light inward so they meet at the focal point.
Let's hear it, player 2. Correct. You're out of the hole. Player 2, you start us off. 19th century author, known for writing about a venerable mansion with 7 acutely peaked gables. Okay, player 1. That's not it. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? The correct response is Nathaniel Hawthorne. Player 2, pick again. People from the past appear to a brother and sister in Rewards and Fairies by this author of The Jungle Book. Player 1. Right you are. Player 1. Modern novels with biblical titles include Jane Hamilton's The Book of Ruth and Toni Morrison's Song of Him. Player 1. That is correct. And here's the $1,000 clue. Even Grendel would love Seamus Heaney's new translation of the Anglo-Saxon epic about this title geet. We're talking about Beowulf. Player 2, you're going first in the Double Jeopardy round when we return. Categories for the Double Jeopardy round are Our World, Presidential Families, Movies by Characters, Beekeeping, Animal Names, and 19th century literature. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 2, you make the next selection as we... This term for a group of bees refers specifically to the group that flies from the hive to form a new colony. Yes, player 1? Correct. Where do we begin, player 1? 2011. Gary, Mary, Kermit. It's player 1. Yes. 1964. President Merkin Muffley, General Buck Turgidson. Let's hear it, player 1. That is correct. Player 1, back to you. Answer, one of the daily doubles. You are in first place. You need to select your wager. Here is your daily double clue. 1974. Bart, Lily von Stoop, Governor William J. Lepetamine. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. Player 1, back 1995. Longshanks, Princess Isabel, Robert the Bruce. Yes, player 1? Right you are. Please pick again. 1984. Dr. Peter Venkman, Dr. Egon Spengler, Gozer. Let's hear it, player 1. Right you are. Player 1, back to you. A dishonest or unprincipled man, or one of the X-Men. Let's hear it, player 1. Good. Player 1, what the Brits call a Macintosh isn't an apple, but one of these. Player 1? No. Any other takers? Here's what we were looking for. A raincoat. Player 1. Pick again. In the movies, it was Charles Foster Kane's cryptic final word. Yes, Player 1? No, that's not right. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Player 3? Right. Player 3, you're in command of the board as we continue right now. The Oxford English Dictionary defines it as a noisy dispute or quarrel. It's Player 1. No. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's what we wanted. A row. We return to you, Player 3. And I'll hand it off to Sarah.
Similar to a root, it's a botanical term for a thick stem from which shoots develop into new plants.
It's Player 3.
Oh.
No, sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Yes, Player 1? Yes. Player 1, you're in command of the board as his daughter Margaret was born in Independence, Missouri. It's Player 1. Sorry, that's wrong. Anyone else? It's Player 2. Yeah. Right you are. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 2, you make the next selection as we come. This 26th president's youngest son, Quentin, was killed in air combat during World War I. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yes. Okay, let's get back in. He married his second wife, Edith Bowling Galt, during his first term. Yes, Player 2. Right. Player 2, you're in command of the board as we continue right now. You'll get an A for effort for knowing the name of this mammal comes from Afrikaans for earth pig. Okay, Player 1. No. Anyone else? We're talking about aardvark. You again, Player 2. You'll find whaleboats not only in his masterpiece, but also in his story Benito Sereno and his novel Mardi. It's Player 1. That's not it. Any other takers? Okay, Player 2. That's right, way to go. We return to you, Player 2. This 8th president's wife, Hannah, died of tuberculosis in 1819. Here's the correct response. Martin Van Buren. Player 2. Pick again. His son married Mary Catherine Helen in the White House on February 25, 1828. It's player 3. Good. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 3, you make the next selection as we... Drones don't sting, and queens only sting other queens. So only worry about these bees, 95% of a hive's population. Okay, player 1. Correct. Player 1, you start us off. Honey is produced by the evaporation of this drink of the gods that bees collect from flowers and then regurgitate. Okay, player 1. You are correct. Select again. Glands on a bee's abdomen convert the sugar in honey to this building material. Yes, player 1. Yes. Player 1, back. A major concern for beekeepers is CCD, this disorder. Let's hear it, player 3. No. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes, player 1. No. Anyone else? It's player 2. Yeah. Good. A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player 2. Make us... In Uncle Tom's cabin, St. Clair, Tom's master, is killed. Tom is then sold to this brutal, drunken planter. Let's hear it, player 1. No, sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Yes, player 3? Nope. Sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Player 2. Right. Player 2. Pick again. In Pedro Antonio de Alarcon's The Three-Cornered This, a miller thinks his wife is having an affair with the mayor. Yes, player 1? No. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Player 3? Sorry, that's wrong. Any other takers? It's player 2. Right. Player 2, choose again. Its name comes from Greek words meaning nose-horned. It's player 3. Right. Player 3, where do we start? Here's Sarah. She'll show you.
This large, partly white seabird derives its name in part from the Latin word for white.
Let's hear it, player 3. That's it. Hey, you're on the plus side. Player 3, you pick again, please. The name of this red-haired denizen of Borneo's rainforests is Malay for forest man. Okay, player 1. Nope. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? Here's the correct response. Orangutan. Player 3, back to you. The last name of the title character of this Thomas Hardy novel is actually Derbyfield. Okay, player 2. Good. All right, let's get back into this. Player 2 has control. For 14 years, the Abbé Faria was his fellow prisoner in the Chateau d'If. Okay, player 3. That's correct. And now the $2,000 clue. Answer. The other daily double. Player 3, you're in last place. You need to select your wager. Answer this. Noted for its strength, this breed of horse was named for a school teacher. Good. All three of you will participate in Final Jeopardy right after this. Time to get ready for Final Jeopardy. And today the category is this: organizations. So, what's your wager? The Final Jeopardy clue is as follows. In 2003, Allied Command Europe and Allied Command Atlantic, parts of this organization, merged. What did you put as your response? Sorry, that incorrect response will drop your score by... Did you come up with the correct response? And that correct response will add... Let's see your response. And that correct response will add... You've come out ahead as our champion, player 1. So long, everybody.